Hello everyone, and today I'm going to be just going over what the rust spray has done to the armor. So it's been only like an hour or so, and as you can see, this anti-rust spray has like bonded with the metal and just turned it black. It's still shiny, but it's black now. So I don't know how to describe it. Look at this. It hasn't lost any shine. It's just black and now rust resistant. So this is awesome. Apparently what the spray is supposed to do is chemically bond with the rust and stop it from oxidizing. I don't know exactly what the chemical process is. I wouldn't be able to describe it in chemical terms. I'd say it'd be FeO4 bonds with, and then whatever bonds with FeO4 would definitely maybe stop it from oxidizing. I don't know if it stops everything. Like it looks like here, it turns the rust black. I don't know if I used enough spray. I'm hoping I did. This is what the pauldron looks like. Look at that shiny pauldron. Shiny little articulating pauldron. Boing, boing, boing. Looks like a little slithery snake. And the legs. Oh, the legs. I love these legs. Unfortunately, I don't have a seat. Oh, I missed a spot there. I missed a spot. I don't have a seatbelt. So basically what a seatbelt is it's the thing that goes with the armor, and it stops the armor from falling down. So as you can see on here, there's two little shoelace straps that come off of here. Now normally these little shoelace straps are supposed to go into, oh, it's caught there. See, it's caught on the armor. There's a lot of little folds in the armor and it gets caught sometimes. But this strap here is supposed to go around the seat belt because it's quite heavy to hold up the legs so you can still move properly. And I don't have a seat belt, and I also don't have a leg gambeson, so I've just been using like lots of these stretchy pants, these nice little stretchy pants. I just wear like 5 pairs, and that seems to do the trick. But I definitely need to save up and get a leg gambeson. I'm saving up for the titanium so it doesn't rust, so that it's lighter, and hopefully we can get a Kevlar gambeson, and that should make life a whole lot easier and reduce the chances of me getting injured. Because if you don't know, this is a shovel handle. It's fiberglass. I'm just going to demonstrate. This is basically what happens to you when you're in the armor. And just for reference, that little whack there was quite light, and it just put a dent in the wood. So just a minute, if it puts a dent in the wood, what's going to do the metal? So if I just do this, you see that the wood just exploded then. And people are whacking with enough force to rip a pell open, and this is like a construction pell that I used in the bunker. And well, just imagine you're in a suit of armor, right? And there's like 5 guys just trying to whack you. Look at that. That wasn't there before. That little injury to the wood wasn't there. Anyway, I also have to make that into like more of a sword. I figured I would just use a stick in the fight. Maybe I put like a tiny weight on the end. I'm pretty sure there's a weight standard as to how heavy it can be so that you don't really injure people. But I'm thinking of maybe we get like, I don't know, like a stone, and then we just get a sack and we just tie it down and use lots of sellotape and then spray paint it so it looks more realistic. And because maces and pickaxes traditionally do the most damage in armor. Swords and armor was specifically designed to stop swords and slow arrows. So using a sword or a slow arrow is not going to work, and stabbing's not allowed in the competition, so there's no point in using a poleaxe or a spear, because you can't do anything with it really. It's just going to get snapped by someone's sword. So I figured the way to go would be a mace. And speaking of which, they just added maces to Minecraft. Can you believe that they added maces to Minecraft? I'll just oh, look at this helmet. This helmet, it's definitely cheap garbage, and it definitely hurts to wear because it's got like no padding underneath. But I would rather be wearing it than not wearing it, honestly, in one of those boo hurt fights. Look at the little glint coming off of it. I've got it's like my baby, my little helmet. And then over here we have the rest of it. Maybe I'll do another video. I might just put it on, but probably not in this video because you need to put a gambeson on. And the sun is hot, especially here. There's supposed to be like a hole in the ozone layer, and wearing this armour in the middle of the sun is basically like hopping in a microwave and turning it on. So, speaking of which, if the armour isn't grounded, technically, because of how light works, microwaves coming from radar towers all over the place that we have that constantly scan to check weather and make sure we don't have incoming missiles, those radar things get amplified by the armour. So if the armour is not grounded, which it isn't normally because you're wearing insulative shoes, so I'm going to have to make some steel pads. I made some stainless steel bulletproof blast shoes, but I can't remember where I put them. And I figured we have to ground it so that, and maybe put a spike on the shoe so that it, like a little spike, like cleats, so it goes into the ground and grounds it, so that it stops lightning attacks and reduces microwave attack damage. But until then, this is pretty much where we go. Since YouTube requires that I make a video that is 8 minutes long in order for me to monetize it, I may as well give you a tour of the garden. This is the mussel boy where I like to hide sometimes. These guys are used to grow mussels on the top. It would make a great bunker entrance. If we just squeeze that way in here, we can climb down inside. And I'm a very small build. I have quite a small build. I'm not that big in real life. So as you can see, I can fit perfectly inside of a little mussel boy. This is what it looks like inside. I don't even know if you can see anything. This is the dirt where I grow my potatoes. It's been anchored a bit. I figured this would be a good place to hide in a tornado. Definitely not in a flood, because I've lost the lid that goes on the top, and it could be cool to make like a little Lord of the Rings hidey hole where if there's another flood I can just sort of hide in it and it'll just float away and I'll be fine. Because these things are pretty much indestructible. If you wanted to make a really decent armour that's probably better than any steel that you're going to get, Mussel Boy would make the perfect armour, because it is, what is that, like 2mm thick plastic. And look at this thing, it can take quite a beating. If I were to kick this, it's just going to retain its shape. Its only weakness is fire. So anyone who has plastic armour, you do not want to get hit with a Molotov or a flamethrower or even a torch, because it will take a long time and a lot of energy to set something like this on fire, but once it gets going, it's scary. So you'd probably be fine. This would probably block fire. You could probably coat it in something that blocks fire, and also microwaves. You could probably make a multi-layer like suit of armor that is really light, and it would float too. So the bonus of having armor that's made of plastic is if you fall in the water with like medieval steel armor, like you fall in the water, it's like 25 kilograms of non-buoyant material. Now 25 kilograms of non-buoyant material is not going to keep you alive if you get thrown in the ocean from a ship. However, plastic armor, which is a lot harder to produce, I mean, because it's a huge mission getting plastic from scratch in the wild. So we're in the plastic age now. It was the Iron Age, Steel Age, Information Age, now it's the plastics age. If you can make a suit of armor out of this, I might even turn this mussel boy into armor. It just sort of floated along, and it was on the beach, I think, and we dragged it home. Pretty much everyone in my area has one of these. People turn them into swings, they turn them into little raised gardens, they turn them into potato gardens like me. You can return them to the school for $10, I think, because the sea sometimes gets rough and just sort of blows away hundreds of these mussel boys when there's too much turbulence in the ocean. So they're basically lots of free mussel boys floating around, but if you have a trailer and you take them back, they'll actually pay you a small fee to return them, because they're quite expensive to produce and also to ship in. So you can actually make sort of like a little business just returning the mussel boys back to the mussel farms. But I don't have a trailer or a car, so that's not really an option at the moment. I could probably figure out some way to do it, but I'd rather not, because you only get like $10 a boy and they're worth like $400, so may as well just turn them into a suit of armour. I hope I don't get in trouble for talking about this. Mussel farm, if you want your mussels back, that's perfectly fine also. This is my old rickshaw. Let's give it a tour. It's completely broken, the wheels over here. It needs new wheels. It was great for moving rocks when it worked, and it still would be. It's just that well, the wheels sort of fall off every now and then when I put too much load in it. I used to put too many stones in, and it would just crack the wheels, and the wheels would just buckle under the weight that I was pulling. This one here is a shield. This used to be a shield and also a bunker door. It used to be right about here, and underneath the ground there was a huge big bunker, and it was very cool. If you want to see it, go to Awesome Sniper's channel. Just go Awesome Sniper and then filter by channel. It's a picture of a bike, I think, and he has the videos of us turning this backyard into bunkers when we were about 13, 14. But this thing used to be used for fiberglassing. So this is the perfect shield because it's quite light, it's round, it protects your whole forearm. And if you look up really close here, you can see lots of little fiberglass sheets. And because this plywood used to be used for fiberglassing, it basically has a natural fiberglassing shield. So basically it's like a glass shield, like a bulletproof shield kind of. Except it wouldn't stop my, I wouldn't want to test it against bullets because guns are a lot better and a lot scarier these days, but homemade crappy guns, like really bad ones that people just throw together and they don't even know how to engineer, it might stop against that, not sure. Here's the old anvil. I accidentally busted it a little bit. There's lots of sticks. This used to be the Minecraft chest. This was my toy digger as a child. I remember when I was little, there was this other kid on the beach, and I went up to him when I was like 2, and I was like, "Can I have a turn on your digger?" And he was like, "No." And so Rod built me a digger just to get back at him. I'm not really sure, but I had a digger and it was a lot of fun. It's a little bit broken at the moment. I'm sure we can fix it. It just needs this bolt to go back through again. It's got a little stainless steel bucket here, which is quite cool. I think Rod welded it together, which was very awesome. Anyway, that will conclude today's video. And what were we talking about? Black armor. We were talking about how black the armor is. So this is my black armor. I think I don't know what to title it. I'll title it something. You'll see. By the time it's up on YouTube, you'll know what the title is. Anyway, thanks for watching and have a nice day. Goodbye.